Welcome everybody. We stopped at a very climatic moment in the last case. Um, so we might not have too much left in 1-3. So we'll probably move right along into 1-4 after this, once we're done with it. But yeah, let's head into it and pick up where we left off. Cross-examination. You were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? I see that all this niggas is just really so hard to imagine. Later in this going to living up on the rooftop deck. That's right, you see. We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you are in collusion with one another. What? Eh? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common beliefs. Ah! Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right. The trial was going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Oh, yes, my lord. Well, we have evidence. Unfortunately, it's forged evidence. I feel like the game's gonna force us to present it.
Hold it!
So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck. Absolutely not. Dickon. No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here. Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie! Without doubt, you were engaged in... There's four people on the witness stand now. That's messy. Let me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? At all? Ah. It's all about evidence in the court these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. Ah, I saw you, with my own eyes. This is going so well.
Hold it!
Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lock? This is some kind of a joke, he said. Is this what this is? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly. Are you fair dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. I'll give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you never open them again. That's... extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie, I saw you through the glass, you were talking to someone. Not now, it was a cold night, so it was. People do be saying things that aren't really in the code. It's hardly surprising. Saying things? Saying things? I believe we'll reach an impasse here in this particular point. You! You! Don't take it personally now, lad. I'm a suspect in this case, since it's only fair that you and the other clean on it too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really.
Hold it!
I mean, that's not true. So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, Lumen, no! Not once, never! You never met the man before, you said. Never! Oh wait, yeah, the victim, yeah. Who wouldn't know? And you, Mr. Purse, had no prior dealings with the victim either? Right, sir. Hackers don't have much to do with breakmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us had the remotest connection to the gentlemen who were inside the cabin. Okay, we have something to press. We'll press that in a bit. That's right, this is about motive and we get none. Okay, actually, we'll pursue it now.
Excuse me!
Mr. McGilded. Yes, Counsel. What can I be doing you for? Did the witness' last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection. Is that right now, I wonder? What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay. It has been too long, so it has. Eh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe it's fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date. I beg your pardon. You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another. And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want of me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That top hat sliding about on your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find a perfect fit for whatever fine gen walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, it's a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers? Such as Thrice-Fired Mason. Ah! There was a photograph print of the victim submitted as evidence for, my lord. Oh, this you mean? I can't help thinking the poor fella's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats. Aye, that it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer, I'd wager, you could have a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh no, sir! Absolutely not, sir! Well, there's really nothing more to that. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here have the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. You little weasel! Ah! He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let me let the interruption hold up the proceedings. I guess that was just a side thing.
Hold it!
Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block of you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag of you in a minute. That's what he said. Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see? It's shut fast now, just like it was in the night. So it is? Of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it, still, you know. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand. Ah, now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind. Now, I shocked myself a bit, as it happens. Go first, Mr. First. Oh, I just need to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rouge. I did. Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside that cabin of shame.
That ain't...
Excuse me.
You have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade? It opens. Hmm? The skylight. That's what we're talking about, right? All them skylights open. Dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon. That's a lie, I tell you! Otherwise, when I broke wind, You can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming on me ears. This is true. This is not referring to be utilizing on your subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. A forum surrounded me, so I couldn't knock off the bus and leg it. So what it did was, I used a skylight. Opened the catch and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch of them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens. From the roof deck. Hey! Climb to the roof of the omnibus at once and verify the witnesses' claims. There's a lot of side divergence in this final cross-examination. Ah! Oh, my hat! See? Order! Order! Sir, here to is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. It's Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for. Yeah, also the reverse used to be record examination. Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. We are down to our last one right now. So, do they let us open it now, I guess? So the skylight was fastened shut before. Now the catch has been undone, we should be able to open it. You can certainly see inside the carriage is opening, that's for sure. Okay, no, it's the same thing. Ah, that's... Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Why didn't it kick someone like you through, certainly, in this Naruhodo? Why someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look, just here. Look at this. That's, without question, it's blood. How would there be a blood stain there? Surely. It can't be unrelated to the case, can it? So, I can't verify that that wasn't there before, because we couldn't open it, but I can say for certain this wasn't here before. Oh wait, now we can look at it. That's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this blood thing is so obvious, that's all. And yet Van Zake just made no mention of it. I suppose it does seem a little strange. But do I have such a bad feeling about this? Yeah. So, this one's definitely tampered. Don't know about that one, but presumably it's also tampered. It looks fresh, right? This one's a dark stain. This one's fresh. That one looks more fresh, and that one also the same color. So I'm assuming that means that's also tampered evidence. Yeah.
Hold it!
Proof. That's right. I demand to hear it. You came here to say what we saw, I tell you, not for this. But you call us both shissers. I don't actually know what that word is. I've been dealing pretty well with all the old time slang up to this point, but that's a new word to me. Brand us as criminals. You call us liars, that's what he means, and accuse us of doing it. As it stands at the moment, there's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves now, is there? I believe you're in much of the same position as one another here. If I don't crack this case soon, he'll crack his teeth. I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way. I couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although, by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilded either. It's so hard to know what to believe here. I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of the trial. Evidence. No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. So you're saying that what we need now is to find a conclusive piece of evidence? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely. Alright. Alright, give me one sec, chat. I gotta answer a phone call. Just a moment. Alright, chat. Sorry about that interruption. I had to do some urgent stuff. Yeah, it was my lawyer. He told me I'm accused of murder, but it's okay. It's Phoenix, right? So he'll get me off. Probably. I didn't really think that bit through, did I? Alright. Ah, wait, I went too far. Alright, present the evidence. The bad evidence. Alright, here we go.
Objection!
On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today, in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Irrefutable proof, here in this courtroom. Oh, sir? My lord. I really want to appreciate a little clarification here, We're talking within the omnibus is the evidence to which you allude. You have also what it is to prove the victim traveled the roof that figures skylight. It's over there.
Got it!
What is it? Is it blood? Hey! This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. No! Order! Order! Order!
Hold it!
But the blood could have been sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. They only found it related at one particular spot of the skylight. Sure, then that would have been very convenient. Let's keep it in mind that the skylight can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the photo of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? It's all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. What? No! But it can't be. It's all lies!
Hold it!
My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guilty characters being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing. On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
This court case is going everywhere. Chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring to then now, Lord Van Zeet? The bloodstain of the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is now in void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection!
What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. But... are you sure that's your Lord Benedict? That a stain of blood was... fabricated, my lord. Yes. And while this court has been in session. What? What a palaver. Must say I didn't expect such good reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeet. But I'm back to McGilded. A fellow to know over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? You view the fortune the size of this thing of buildings. However ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I told your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories. Such Lord Van Zeet, this will not do, to be sure. Who is now, counsel? Huh? Oh, no! I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood in the skylight didn't exist, you say. But, if you all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone have possibly put a smear of blood in it without the warden and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court has been in session. A learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter. In your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think... As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh! Good gracious! Assure yourself, counsel! Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. I see. I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, this gin on the straw. What is going on? Careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face, please. Ooh, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. Really, finish and go clear the courtroom. End of flashback. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten feckless gouger? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. This is a wicked plot. This is told to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies? Such as? To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. The police investigated the omnibus, whose compartment was full of driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeek, I want to see what the corroborate your claims. That's true. When the omnibus was supposed to be viewed out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. I can corroborate it. Oh, you're afraid to say we can't disturb this of any certainty. If there's evidence as to the result of tampering or not. Indeed, no doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? The blood stain on the floor no one's talking about? My lord. Yes, Counsel? There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you better start watching your back.
Objection!
Silence, the court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to do? Believe you? The sheriff rushes in every counsel. There is a large mark that you claim appeared to support during the trial. Yeah, I've read this. Nancy has made no mention of it.
Got it!
If he considered that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, he would certainly expect to find signs of blood when he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good lord! I don't give you correct answer. You know, I wonder. Now I'm wondering, if we, like, decided to play along with the defense this entire time, you know, if we decided to act corrupt, or if we just, like, didn't actually look at it. I'm curious now. This is gonna be a case that I'm gonna be very interested in replaying. Just to see what happens if we, like, go along with the defense and everything. Right now we're doing the respectable thing, you know? And Ben Zeke seems to approve. You know, he knows that we're not corrupt or anything. But yeah, curious. Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that it was a very careless slip of the tongue. I'm in a court of law, sir, I cannot lie. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. There! It's trial. It's over. Look, Mr. McGilder. I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now. But you're the defendant. It's over, I tell ye. Memory. Recollection. What people think they saw. It's all nonsense. Facts are what counts. The fact is, the bloodstain is there. Now. Ah, well. And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, the good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Where, my lord? As concurred the defendant, the unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible retribution to prove his alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say it will be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Oh, Van Zeeks, what is your position? Prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to compose defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGoody would be found not guilty. Yes. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies? I mean, there's always the option of, like, extending the trial, right? It's not like we have a three-day trial system. This is Victorian. This is Victorian England, not Japan or in 2020s. Can we just not ask for continuance? The closing statement, please. Closing statement? Oh well, accelerator court proceedings. Yes, my lord. The defense believes... I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Who gracious me? Order! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, Counsel. The defense lawyer, all the accused is the question. Are you of sound mind? Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. Grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Ah. Your job here is done, fella. It's a fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? It's just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did you put it now? Nothing more than a formality. Ha 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 ha! I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence of scene genuine, or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always guilty or something. You... mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever adopted that lovely man who gave us a lovely park. Now the proceedings have unfolded in this way. I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby announce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Zeek. This is like the red-white case where you lose. Kinda. My lord. The very fair of the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. And really, the honor was presented as evidence was tampered with. The prosecution is involved for all such disgraceful perversion of justice that take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But, wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeek ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair. Wow. Ryunosuke is an honorable fella, right? And yeah, Van Zeek seems to be pretty by the book as well. I mean, he's trying his best, you know. He's been pretty okay so far, honestly. He's one of the nicer prosecutors. At least keeping it professional. I feel sorry for him. The government the defendant has not in the present time and established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. What? The judge is doing summary judgment? Well, Lord Van Zeek, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fellow, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? It is the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Mac is guilty. Good grief, you'll have more to say to me, have you? Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. Ha ha ha! You brave enough to defending Mr. Mac is my gilded. Not guilty. Confetti. Confetti from on high. Fireworks. Fireworks. Extremely extravagant. So you're doing the warrior laugh? Wow! I can't believe it, this is an outrage. We should examine the evidence more. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. Wow. The court were in pandemonium for the second time that day. The judge delivered his verdict. My first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. It's definitely a very dramatic case, yeah. Like, it's not the first time we had a guilty client, or at least heavily implied here. They did... It is kind of, like, vague, you know. They never... We have reasonable doubt, but the reasonable doubt is a result of forged evidence. So we are certain that he is responsible for the forging of the evidence. Maybe not directly, but he masterminded it. Which also implies that he did it, but we don't know for sure. Either way though, like definitely guilty of subverting justice is our client, yeah. And it's not the first time we've defended a guilty client, but it's definitely the first time that we found out in the middle of trial that the client is guilty. Yeah, it's a little more grounded for sure. We don't have anything too crazy. Although I guess at the end I was overthinking the blood position, like on the cushion. It didn't come into play. There certainly was a long trial. Yes, it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Mr. Sato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Mr. McGilder. Ah, and that girl was with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks that will be letting off and there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. But I'll be you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Wah ha 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 ha. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. But enough of you saying, fella. How did I work out there free man then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah, it's just water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilder, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. It all seemed that I didn't do that odious and absent into a deed. As grand is it not? I suppose it is. Not the fine fellas of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. You'll see for what it is. You'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages of all the taxes I pay. Wah ha 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 ha. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. I'll be whist. You're a humble people, are you? You're from the east. Well, if you insist. But half this, still and all, it is a very reward. Mr. Magnus McGilder. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? The sooner that I was led to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. Or you bribing the cops. It's a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. It was an absolute pleasure meeting you. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. And there he goes, the free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Don't move. Whereas I just want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. They just lampshading the fact that, like, that animation takes a while. Mr. Strahd, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry? And I hate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Oh, wait. It's Iris Watson. Hang on. What is this song? so bubbly. What's going on? Alright. Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run on my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ah. Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. Well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. You have to be shrouded in smoke, at all. I just took my eyes off it for a moment whilst I was changing onto a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. What's it what? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory. What? What for? So I'll apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. What? You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to no adults. Come along then, follow me. Fine. Have it your way. Oh good, you see, I knew you want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of course. We'll be leaving now then. Bye bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. She was a lively one. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too? Yes, you're right. But where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner have we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All traveling cases are still debated. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings, but at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of Megilda Park. I know it'd be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. Not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Now I'm starting to regret turning Miss Megilda down. The 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room, or mansion. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead, just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over.
What's going on? Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick! What the... How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
Is that him?
No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there. Oh. This can't be.
And my voice wasn't that off. Reaper of the Bailey, huh? Every client that goes through him ends up dead. Interesting. Well, if I know my Ace Attorney, I doubt Van Zeeks is directly responsible for it. I don't know if he's, although it might be possible, right? They're trying to telegraph that like he's known as dead and his clients always turn up dead because like, you know, if he gets a if he gets an innocent verdict, he takes matters into his own hands and makes sure that the person is dead. They also didn't show, but I'm pretty sure Scrooge McDuck was in there. So yeah. What a dramatic case. Whew. Also that entire last section took longer than I thought. And we're almost up an hour. Honestly, this might be a pretty good place to stop after all. I was worried that it was just going to be 15-20 minutes, but us reading everything out loud meant that, this entire last part of the case did end up taking about an hour longer. So, in order for us to break up the sessions properly, I think we'll save starting the next. We'll start the next case in a fresh stream, I guess. So we'll see when it's a good time, and then we'll come back to it. So this will be the end of case 3 for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys around.